So it is currently 1:46 p.m. as I'm recording this on Sunday the 17th. The game has been out for what, like 60 hours, and I have Team Affinity completed. No, I do not touch grass. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But anyway, today I'm going to be showing you guys how I completed Team Affinity so fast, because it's so much easier this year than previous years, and you get some good rewards. So here are my tips on completing Team Affinity. So first, I just want to mention a few things. Number one, it is so much easier to do it. There are so many more missions, like player missions, that you just naturally get from stats. Like they buffed these like a ton. These are completely buffed up from last year. Like these reputable missions, the team missions, the boss missions. Multiplayer, if you want to do that, this will let you fly by. I haven't really played multiplayer that much, but the single player missions, like these are all repeatable, or a few of them aren't, but they're mostly repeatable, and you just grind them. Like it, this is like a majority of what I did. So keep that in mind, is that these stat missions with the teams and the players, they're completely buffed from last year, which is a big reason why I already have Team Affinity done for Season 1's Chapter 1, I think. Yeah, Season 1, Chapter 1. So for the fastest way to get this done, the first thing that you're going to want to do are all the moments. So I don't know why there isn't a moment for every team. Like some divisions only have 4 or 3 moments. Like the AL East has 5, but I think the NL Central only has 4 or 3. Yeah, it only has 3. I don't know why they don't have the same amount of moments for each division. Are they all worth the same? Yeah, they're all worth 3,000. So yeah, I mean, there aren't the same amount of moments for each division, but the first thing you should be doing are all the moments. You'll get a small amount of progress, but that should be the first thing you do because they're super easy and super quick. Then once you're done with moments, I would recommend this. I would recommend after moments, keep doing showdowns until you get your first boss for every division. So I've done around like 7 to 8 showdowns, and they're really quick. They're about like 30 minutes. Obviously, it adds up. But you're going to want to do, I don't know the exact number, but after you do all the moments, you're going to want to do showdowns until you get your first boss for every single division. So get up to 60,000 for every single division after doing your showdowns. And then after that, you really don't have to play showdown at all anymore. So you have your first boss from every division. So what do? Don't just pick a player you want for your God Squad. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick out of all 6 packs, one pitcher and 5 hitters. So let's say the AL East, so they don't even have a pitcher. So it's just select a hitter. I picked Gary Sanchez because there aren't that many catchers. AL Central, your first pack, you have a pitcher. You could pick Greinke or Clase. So let's say you pick Greinke out of this pack. Then the rest of the packs you're going to want to pick hitters. AL West, 2 relievers that are really good, but you're going to be tempted to pick one of them. Just trust me on this. Only pick one pitcher for the first 6. So you could go with Haniger, Ricky Henderson, or Corey Seager, Carlos Correa. NL East, again, like the same thing. Just pick 5 hitters and 1 pitcher. There's about like 1 to 2 pitchers in each pack, except for the AL East. So it balances out pretty evenly. The reason why I want you guys to pick 1 pitcher and 5 hitters is so that you're making progress for all 6 divisions at the same time. If you pick 2 pitchers, you can only use one of them at a time. Like you can't be pitching with 2 pitchers at the same time. Obviously you can like do 1 inning with one guy and 2 innings with the other, but that's going to slow you down. The reason why I want you to pick 1 pitcher and 5 hitters is so that you can use that 1 pitcher to grind stats for that division, and then you can use all 5 hitters to grind stats for all the other 5 divisions. So basically, if you pick 1 pitcher and 5 hitters, you're going to be making progress towards those boss missions, not including all the team missions and all that other stuff. You're going to be making progress for all 6 divisions for these boss missions if you do 1 pitcher and 5 hitters and you just use the same pitcher every single time. And this is when you do Conquest. So like, for example, we're the single player missions. So with the players, like total bases with AL East bosses. And then and then there's PXP with AL East bosses. it's going to accelerate your progress if you're using a boss in all 6 divisions at the same time. That's why I want you to do 1 pitcher and 5 hitters, so that you're not wasting a boss and he's not being used. So ultimately, when you get your 5 hitters and your 1 pitcher, what you're going to want to do is start playing the Conquest maps. I would do the Conquest maps for the Team Affinity. They do take a little bit. You have to play 10 games 3 times. So you're basically doing a USA map once before you even do the USA map. But anyway, I would recommend doing these because not only do you get 30,000 for both the AL East and the NL East by doing the East one, and then the same for the Central and the West, but you're going to be grinding stats anyway, so might as well do something that gets you progress towards Team Affinity while you're doing it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take all your bosses and then just whoever else you have on your team, go into Conquest and complete the Team Affinity Conquest maps. And by the time you have all 3 of these done, you will make significant progress with the stats for the bosses. So by the time you're done with all 3 Conquest maps, you will be, I don't know the exact number, but you'll have substantial progress and you'll be getting more and more bosses. So basically what I want you guys to do is just keep selecting hitters unless you have to take a pitcher. So keep selecting hitters until you're done with the first pitcher. So for example, let's say I take out of the AL Central, I take Zach Greinke as my 1 pitcher, and then I take 5 hitters after doing the moments and the showdowns. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to draft hitters until I have the AL Central division completed 100%. And the reason why you want to do that is, again, you don't want to be holding on to pitchers and having them sit there, because you could be using that on hitters. Now, if you have a full lineup of 9 hitters, then just go ahead and take another pitcher, or maybe actually just take another hitter for your bench, because you're not going to be using that card regardless, even if it was a pitcher or a hitter. So might as well have one saved so that when you're done with a division and you don't need to use the boss hitters, that you can replace that hitter. But anyway, don't pick any pitchers until you don't have any incentive to use the first one that you picked. So if I picked Greinke out of my first 6, and then I complete the AL Central by grinding stats and Conquest, what I'm going to do is I'm finally going to pick another pitcher if I don't have one already from another division. It can't be the same division, obviously, because you're done with that division. But then that's when you finally end up picking up another pitcher and doing the same thing until you're done with the division. I've said this so many times now. It's literally just so that you're making progress for all 6 divisions at once. So yeah, and then you're pretty much just going to want to grind stats. I mean, what I've been doing is I did the 3 Team Affinity Conquests, and then I've been working on this USA map. I'm pretty close. I'm going to finish this today. But yeah, like, there's not much to it, really. Just do the moments, then do showdowns until you get the first boss pack for all 6 divisions. Pick 1 pitcher, 5 hitters, and then just start grinding stats on Conquest. And then once you're done with the Team Affinity Conquest, just do it on the USA map if you haven't done it yet. Or you could do it on mini seasons if you want to make even more progress, if you want to get vouchers. But keep in mind that you can't use the same pitcher every time, because mini seasons, the pitchers have stamina. So keep that in mind too. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave any comments if you have any further questions. I hope this helps. Team Affinity is a very long and gruesome grind, but there are ways to make it go by so much quicker. And I hope that I gave you guys some good advice, because a lot of these cards are going to be really good for you guys day one. I mean, looking at my team, it's mostly just Team Affinity cards, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 Team Affinity cards in my starting lineup, and then 4 on the bench. I have 3 in my rotation, and then in my bullpen I have another 4. So it's a majority of my team right now, no money spent. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and most importantly, make sure to subscribe out here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.